Welcome. Let's get right to it. Okay, as you can see with the title, Black men date white women because of black moms. First and foremost, let's say a few things off top. Black women are the most beautiful women on earth. The media is a lot of the influence on black men and black women. So the whole blame is not on black women because the media teaches everyone to pursue and aspire for European beauty standards. Even in Asia, um, the most common surgery is to get more European eyes, more Western eyes. Um, if you research and check that out, so it doesn't just affect the media, which is TV commercials, movies, cartoons. The media doesn't just affect black people in their placement of beauty, in their image of beauty, but it is a huge effect on black people and black women, which trickles down to black men. Um, as we know, most black children are raised in single parent homes, and most of the time that single parent is their mother. So let's get that out the way. Um, and this video is no way blaming black women for the whole of black men's dating choices, but it's the fact that black women are a huge part of it by what they project to black children and black boys as children. And not only what they project to black boys and but what they project to black girls, which perpetuate this cycle because they then perpetuate that to their little black boys, their offspring. So here we go. To explain, black women pursue different images than who they really are. They do, with the weaves, with the perms. Um, weaves, black women get a lot of weaves and purchase a lot of weaves. It's $1 billion industry every year. Billions go into weaves from black women. That lets you know the power we have, the spending power we have to be able to actually pursue other ventures for ourselves as black people. But we spend probably the majority of it on our image. Um, and it would be not as bad if it was our natural image and our actual image, but it's perpetuating the image of self hate or self rejection because black women are buying these hair pieces and hair weaves and lace fronts that show that they desire straight hair more than their own. And some black women would say, well, yes, I wear a weave because it's easier to manage. I don't want to deal with my hair in the morning. It's easier for me. Okay. If you wanted weave for that purpose, why not get a weave that looks more your texture, that looks more of a black woman's texture, which I don't really, either way, I think you should wear your hair to show who you are because image is a huge thing to the world. The world looks at that. Um, Actions speak louder than words. You can say how much you love who you are and how much you love um, where you come from, but if you don't show it, the world doesn't believe it. If you notice, children mimic what they see, not what they hear. Children mimic what they see, not what they hear. Babies mimic what they see their father doing, what they see their mother doing. Check that out next time you're around a baby. They don't mimic. necessarily what you say, they mimic what you do. You can say what you want and babies will repeat that, but they don't necessarily do that. They don't necessarily commit the action of the words, but they do commit the action of your actions, which that's their natural instinct is to follow their parents for protection, to do what their parents do for protection, for learning purposes. They're a sponge for the first few years of their life. If you study children, they're just a sponge because they download a lot of those experiences that the mother and father experiences are downloaded into the DNA anyway. So whatever we've been experiencing in our lives, our children are more prone to it just by being born from us. So we've already downloaded certain things into our children. That's why it's important for us to change our mindsets. But anyway, uh, it's just the fact that, yes, you could say, I love being black and I love who I am as much as you want, but the world does not see that from you if you're wearing straight hair, if you're wearing weave that is straight, that is showing that you desire that's what you consider beautiful. If you take something that's not you and put it on you, that's showing that you desire more so what you're putting on you than what you are. That's simple. That's fundamental. That's mathematics. Um, so, with that being said, we should, as black people, project who we are to our children and to the world. It's important for the world to see us for who we are and see the beauty in who we are. But how will they ever see the beauty in who we are if we only showing their beauty, beauty of another race of people, beauty of a white woman? Because a straight strand of hair comes from white people, comes from different races other than black people, Indian people, uh, Asian people. They have straight hair. Black people don't have straight hair naturally. We don't. So it's not projecting who we are. And what is the greatest form of flattery? Imitation. Imitation. So when you imitate those with straight hair, it's the greatest form of flattery. That's why people look at you the way they do, realizing that, well, you're showing us, these people are saying to themselves, you're showing us what's beautiful by neglecting who you are to put on what we look like. That's what the world sees and what white women see and what Asian women see and whoever else, Brazilian women, whoever else hair you place on. They're seeing the projection of themselves being more beautiful even in your eyes because that's where you're projecting. That's what you would rather project in your own self when you're doing that. Actions always speak louder than words. So that if your action is to cover up who you are to show who they are naturally through hair, then that's what they see. Let's go to um, let's go to even eye color. Black women wear a lot of different eye colors with contacts: green, gray, blue. Uh, Not to say, well, wear lighter eyes, even lighter hazel eyes. Not to say that black people can't get lighter hazel eyes, but these other colors, green, blue, and gray, are generally of other races, and there's no question about that. And generally white people's eye colors, and so this projects that same and perpetuates that same narrative of what I'm not is what's more beautiful. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. You're imitating someone else's eyes when you wear different eye colors. Yeah, you may say, yes, I'm just doing this to look different, to just mix it up. Yes, it is mixing it up, and I agree, it is mixing it up, but at the same time, it's projecting something that's not you, and it's projecting to the world that what they are, if they're that, what you're projecting is projecting that they are what you desire to be. And that's simple, simple actions. Um, and, and in all actuality, it's something we should not do as a people because we are completely beautiful within ourselves without having to add something to complete our beauty. We are completely beautiful gorgeous people as black people, and especially, I'd say, especially our women. Um, if you don't see black women as beautiful, you've been you've been deceived by media. Black women are incredibly beautiful on their own without being having anything added to them. If you just look at if you just Google black natural hair, you'll see the most beautiful black women, the most beautiful women, period, on this earth with natural hair. And even the texture of natural hair is beautiful. It's just the way that you prepare and take care of it and moisturize it. That's a huge part of natural hair. And that's another thing I'm going to get into is the being willing to learn who you are and learn to embrace who you are and learn your hair. Yes, it is easier to wear a wig, to wear a lace front, or to wear a weave, but is it better for who you are, for your children, the the health of their image, their self image? No, it's not. It's not. What's better is to embrace who you are for your children, at least for your young sons, at least to know that there's beauty in his mother, in his sister, in the people around him, and his aunties. There's beauty in his own race, in his own uh, source, where he comes from. That is what's more important. So, and if you were to wear a wig, in my opinion, it should project who you are. That wig should be more of a natural texture to who you are. Simple. Uh, but even with wearing wigs, period, wearing wigs, period, I think it's not good for the image of who you are because it's showing that you would rather put something else on other than you. And you are a black woman and you are beautiful, but you have to see that before we can see it. And to be honest with you, we know you're beautiful as black men, and as all men know that black women are beautiful, but black women are not projecting that. Um, but men have been deceived by the media, yes, but in essence, it doesn't stop the natural attraction that shines through within black women. That's going to always be there. It's going to always be there. Um, but I say this to say that black women should pursue their own beauty and to project their own beauty. It's very important for their children. So if black women are doing all this to look a certain way, why wouldn't their boys, their little boys, want what naturally is straight? Who naturally has straight hair? Who naturally has lighter skin? And I was going to speak on that too. Black women, a lot of times in the black culture, praise lighter skin by degrading darker skin. By default, you praise lighter skin by degrading darker skin. A lot of people who make fun of darker skinned people and darker skinned women are dark skinned people. Um, and when women go in, so to speak, or degrade darker skinned women, it shows their children by default, their boys by default, that lighter skin is better because you degrade it, because you speak ill on it. You say things and slang and phrases that depict darker skin as unattractive. So why wouldn't they go for who is naturally lighter skinned than any black woman, which is a white woman? Why wouldn't they? Because everything that you're pursuing with the the lighter eyes, the um, the straighter hair, everything that you're pursuing is naturally in the white woman. So this young man sees that. So why wouldn't he pursue that? Why wouldn't he? Um, actually, so oh, Yes. So like I was saying, why would he? Why wouldn't a black man or a black boy pursue a white woman if that's what's being projected by his mother, his aunties, his sisters, you know? And like I said, much more than just his mother gives him that mindset or gives him that image, but his mother is a huge part of it. So the title is not indicating all of the influence of why black men date white women, but it is a big part of it. So we're trying to be accountable. I'm trying to present the accountability of black mothers to the forefront, and so that they understand that they have a role to play. They have a vital position in a black man's life as a little boy. And what he sees is you changing who you are to look more beautiful by putting on someone else's image. And that's plain to see. That's something we should see. That's something that's not hard to see. And so, why wouldn't he date a white woman if she already has what you're looking to put on? If she already has the light blue eyes, the green eyes, the gray eyes, if she already has the light skin, if she already has the long wavy hair or the straight bone straight hair, why wouldn't he pursue that if she's naturally what you claim you desire to be by your actions? By spending $1 billion per year on this hair, Brazilian hair. Why wouldn't he desire more ambiguous women, racially ambiguous women, when you're putting on Brazilian hair each month and putting so much money in it? He understands that the struggle you go through to put it on, to keep it in, to keep the lace front tied in, to keep these, and these things are breaking down who you are naturally. That a lot of times they're the glue and the lace front and all that, when it's not done correctly, it's tearing down your hair. It's breaking up your hair. Um, so why wouldn't he go for the one woman that doesn't have to do that, which is the woman that has it naturally, which is a white woman, which is the woman that doesn't have to be made fun of about her dark skin because she's already light skinned naturally, because you degrade dark skin. The black, now I'm speaking on the black women that do this. If you don't do this, I'm not speaking on you. So it doesn't apply to the black women that don't, because there's plenty of black women who embrace who they are, and I am proud of them. I am pleased and very encouraged by the women that do that. And we all should be. Instead of, and that's another thing, black women sometimes down black women who are natural, who go natural. They sometimes say negative things about it. And it's really, it's learning who you are and learning how to embrace who you are and learning how to um, really learning black hair. Some of these black women, the black women that wear these weaves and things, that never wear their own hair, never project their own image, never really learn how to be who they are, how to take care of black hair. The greater amount of moisture that's needed for black hair, because it's so tightly coiled that the natural oils from our scalp does not flow down our hair as black people. So it needs help. It needs more moisture, which stops breakage. And you learn that as you begin to do black hair. But if you're always covering it up, you always buying Brazilian hair, you always buying this straight hair, this Indian hair, and all other types of hair that's completely different than yours, completely the opposite texture, you'll never learn that. So really and truly, the women that don't wear their own hair don't really understand how to take care of black hair. So therefore their sons grow up watching this, and their sons see that you perceive that as better than who you are. So why wouldn't he choose that over who you perceive? Why wouldn't he choose that over who you are if that's what you're pursuing as a black woman, as his mother? They were I'll say this, a YouTuber told a story about two black girls, two black sisters. One was mixed and one was black. These black sisters were playing with toys in a doctor's office. And the story goes that she sits there and watches these two black girls. One is mixed and one is black, and their mother is black. And everyone that came by and complimented the girls only complimented the mixed girl, the mixed sister. And she said, this YouTuber said that she could see the black sister getting smaller with every compliment that her sister got about her hair and how pretty she was. This is something we're not seeing as black people. We're not recognizing it. We're not seeing that we're promoting whoever is mixed or whoever looks more white or whoever looks more non-black is prettier, is more beautiful. Black women are doing this. They're perpetuating this. They're continuing this, and we have to see it. You have to see it to be able to stop it. You have to see this. So, I mean, she said that she encouraged both girls and told both of them they were beautiful. And she said the black sister looked at her like something was wrong with her. Like she's complimenting the wrong sister. But see, she's so used to people complimenting her sister for looking half white. And that's something we're not paying attention to as black people, as black women. You have to pay attention to that because your sons are seeing this. Your sons are seeing this, and it's being manifested throughout his actions. And not all black women date white women, but no, and not all black women want to date white women. But I'm saying for the ones that do, why wouldn't they if that's all you teach them through your actions of pursuing the white look, pursuing the European look? And it's something we must be more conscious of. Um, and it's something that's not necessary. Um, it's something that's not necessary. Black women don't have to wear Brazilian hair. They don't have to wear Indian hair. They don't have to wear straight hair to look beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous without all that. Completely. And especially when you take care of black hair, it's the most beautiful, beautiful thing. If you just look up black natural hair on the internet, if you just Google it, look at how beautiful our women are. Look at how beautiful black hair is. But you have to embrace it. You have to learn it. You have to learn it. Go through the trials and tribulations of learning it. You can get protective styles. I know some women say they don't want to, they want to be able to protect their hair. You can get protective styles. You can get braids. You can get, you know, you may want to mix weave with your braids, but it doesn't have to be straight hair. What I'm saying is projecting other images damages black boys' image of their mother and the women they grow up around. So of course they'll date white women because they what the white women have what the women around these black boys pursue. And it's simple, but I don't think we're seeing it. So this is something to think about. This is something to ponder. This is something to we have to start holding ourselves accountable for what we do. We do. We have to start holding ourselves accountable for how we structure these children, the thoughts of these children, the concepts that these children have. The media does it on its own through cartoons, through TV, through movies. They make European standards of beauty seem more projected than others, than black standards of beauty. So why should we, as black people, be mind washed, brainwashed into doing the exact same thing to our children by projecting that image that they're giving us? We're past that. We're past not having the knowledge. The knowledge is out here. We understand that that's what they're doing, and we still perpetuate it. Black women, it's time to step up. It's time to know that you're accountable for what your sons see in beauty, just like black men are accountable for what their daughters see in the type of men that they should date. You are accountable. It's time for us to see that. It's time to stop looking past it and grow and evolve and embrace who you are. Because when you actually Google black natural hair, you'll see the most beautiful women in the world, period. and they're all black, and they're all natural, and they're all who you are. The only difference is they have taken care of their hair. They have learned how to what products go with their hair, the porosity of their hair. They learn these things that all black women should know as little girls, should learn from little girls, but they don't because their mother is too busy making them look some other way, or making themselves look some other way, in which it is projected onto their daughter and their son. And that is why a lot of black men go to different races and date different races, because they understand that that is what their parents, their mother pursued. And like I say, it's not all on the mother, but she is a big part of it. And that's where the title of this video came. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed.